Hey kids, welcome back to 396 Guitars. We got the Tele back on the bench. We did the pickup swap. We're going to string it, set it up, get the pickups all set and played a little bit. So let's get to work. Part 2, we changed all these pickups. This is a Seymour Duncan. This is a Seymour Duncan Hot Rails. I believe this is a quarter pounder of some sort, but that's what he kept calling it, but I don't know about that. This one was a little nondescript, but wow. It's a hot little bugger. So we got the strings already put in. It's got locking tuners on it, really cool. I kind of dig working with those because they're so easy to work with. Let me get my stuff set up. So you measure to the next peg, cut it off with locking tuners. And you just kind of put it through the hole, just so it's just visible, and you don't have to over tighten these things. Give it a good tug and you'll see it holds very nicely. If you over tighten them, you're going to break them. Get it up snug, move on. Again, just to the next peg, cut it off. It's not like, you got to have a whole bunch of wraps above the hole and below the hole. It's not like that with locking tuners. That's the beauty of the locking tuners. It only needs one wrap to go around. The locking part is actually what holds the string on. Snug. You'll see just how fast this goes. I've had people argue with me. Oh no, you don't need a whole bunch of wraps. Well, no, with locking tuners you don't, but with regular ones you do. Nice little guitar. We're putting 9s on it. I was going to put 10s, but then he pinged me out of the blue and said, no, put 9s on it. So I know I'm going to have to set the neck because it was 10s were on there. Where the hell is the hole? Come on, Luch, you can do it. There you go. You got this. Kind of guesstimate the last one because there isn't another tuner there, but you get the picture. Yeah, sometimes I save these clippings because they come in handy for cleaning boogered up and seized and rusty saddle screws, but I haven't had one of those in a long time to deal with. Probably, as I said that, I'm going to get one tomorrow. tuner. And this has got my most unfavorite output jack. The one that's recessed in there, so you can't put a 90 on it. So where are we at? As usual, we're just going to tune it up to pitch, stretch them, and then do a setup. Many of you have seen this process. It goes pretty quick. That's it. Now this part, you hold your thumb up here, first fret, and just tug on it in the middle of the neck somewhere. You don't have to lift up the guitar. All you're doing is pre-stretching the string, and you're also seating it in the saddle and seating it in the nut and or string tree. That should, all of them should go flat a little bit. Bring it back up to pitch. And then we can check the neck relief, because I'm pretty sure this had 10s on it before. Pretty sure it had 10s on it, so probably the neck relief may not be exactly where it needs to be. Could be close, I'm sure. Find out right quick, that's for certain. Yeah, there's too much neck relief. It's got too much forward bow. So that's because the strings are lighter. It's not putting as much tension on the neck. That's perfectly normal. Like I said, I was pretty certain it had 10s on it before. And yeah, that little bit of tension between 9s and 10s can change it. So we're going to put a little more pressure on it and measure it. And I mean a little, because these things are usually pretty responsive. And then we'll check everything else too, of course. I always do. Yeah, see, I didn't even put an 1/8 of a turn on it. It was too much. Didn't even put an 1/8 of a turn in. It was too much. Too tight now. So responsive. Well, if they would only put a 2-way in them. I think they do on some now. Yeah, that was, I can't even measure how little I turned that, and there it is, perfect. So, I got the right string tension, the right neck relief, or the right neck relief for the string tension that we're using. Okay, string height. A little low. I'm going to give it just a little bit more. It's at like 4/64, and I know that's going to be too low. Just know it. Customer's probably watching this going, no, 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 leave it there. Doesn't matter. He's going to change it anyway. He always does. I'm going to give each one a quarter of a turn. I want it to be above 4/64. And we're going to see if the instrument will bear that. That's pretty low for my liking, but we'll see. And then we're going to fine tune them. And I can tell somebody's been boogering around with these because they're not flat. Yeah. Can't fool me. You can't fool me. You can try. Let's see what that got us. Just over 4, under 5. Not enough. Alright, what did I do with it? There it is. Let me just get a little bit better camera angle there. I can live with that. Yeah. That one's a little too high. It's alright. That's why they have adjustments. That one's too high. It's too high! How much does this cost? 50 bucks. The price too high! Still a little bit too high. Fine tuning. And then I have to tension it. I have to tune it up the pitch again and check one more time. Against my better judgment, I'm going to keep the action a little bit lower than I would normally set it because I happen to know this guy. That's what he likes. And it may, with the 9s on it, it may do it. It may take it. I know this is tedious and boring to some of you, but I'm doing all this just so we can get to adjusting pickup height, because that's what the main job was on this guitar. But to get there, you have to do all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna say that should be good. A little bit low. But since that's kind of where he likes it, see, the G is higher than all the rest, so yeah, you're coming down a little bit. We're going to say, we're going to try it that way. I'm going to let it settle overnight and then play it again tomorrow and retune it. But for, illustration purposes for all of you with me, this is the process. All There's the G we just adjusted. Everything else, they are just a skosh over 4/64 all the way across. I normally put everything at 5 or just a little under 5 on a Tele or a Strat for that matter. But I know he likes it lower, and I'm going to try that. That's where you want to live, and that's where you're going to play it like that. Okay. So these two are a little too high on that side. A little too close to the string. Not bad for guessing. Perfect. Still just a bit too close. That one's too far away. And then the bottom one, you can raise it with these, but then the tilt is the third one right there. And you want it to be level. So if you raise it up too much or lower it too much, the tilt will kind of wobble off, and that's what that third screw is right there. I want to bring it up. What good is your pickup if it's too far away? Just a bit more. I like that. And then peer at it and make sure, because you lifted it, that it didn't tilt one way or the other. So the bass side is done. Too far away, too close, too far away. So I know this one down here is going to tilt because I got to bring this one up. I know it's going to tilt that way, just from experience. And this is the trickiest one to get. Too far. And this is all important. I rail on it all the time. Magnetic field. Yes, it did. Now it's tilted this way. So what we have to do is bring this up and then check those other measurements, because once we change this tilt, it could bring it too close. A little bit more. And I spend time on this because to me it is all important. A lot of guys just overlook this adjustment. And it is critical. Magnetic field. See, now that one's a little close. Perfect. Now that one's a little close. Down you go. We can move with that. That one's way far away. Come up there. I like that. So this thing is ready to rock. I like it. Let's see what it sounds like. See if I can remember how to play a few cowboy chords. Pretty neat. Sucker's hot, and that one had the least amount of output. both of them. And then by itself. Ooh, wow. That splitter. And I believe this should be either all three. So when you pull the push-pull, you activate the bridge and the neck, and then you get all three. But it changes the tone completely. Yeah, down here with the push-pull and getting pickup and bridge, and then all three in series, it's got a lot of different interesting tones that go along with it. And you can tell I'm a bass player. I don't know a whole lot on guitar. What I do know, I screw up pretty good. So there we go. The setup is done on this guitar. The pickups are in. Everything is working correctly. There's probably 10 different tones you could get out of this guitar now, playing through a, whatever rig he plays out of with different, pedals, different sounds. But man, very versatile, very cool. It's Blackjack with 396 guitars. Remember, 184-36572. That's the hint why we call ourselves 396 Guitars. We'll talk soon. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. My camera doing what it's supposed to. And share it. We'll talk soon.